All right, Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. This is what we do each and every Wednesday night. Of course, it's Thursday, but we should be back to our regular time slot next Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Got Steve Hellwagon on the line from Bucknuts. Please join him right there at the 247 Sports platform for Ohio State football. Tony Gerdeman hiding behind the graphics right there. There he is, Tony Gerdeman from the ozone.net. And we've got Kevin Noon. There he is from the Buckeye Grove, and also Kevin's got a YouTube channel that he posts Ohio State videos on a pretty regular basis. What do you got over there this week for us, Kevin?
Well, at this point, just what we've seen so far practice. They let us shoot a couple of periods, so we have some stuff there, and then the full interviews with Greg Madison and Ryan Day. And next week should be a big week as we get to talk to a lot of position groups. So we'll try and get a lot of interviews up there, and may even try and wrap stuff up with our new interns and do a quick reaction podcast at some point next week.
Thayer Munford starting at one tackle position. Do you guys want to take this on in regards to who is vying for the other tackle spot?
Kevin.
Well, Kevin. Really at right tackle, I mean, it seems to be a battle between Nick Petit-Friere, Josh Alabi and Brandon Bowen. And if I had to bet right now with a couple weeks to go to the start of the season, I'm going to say that Brandon Bowen is going to be the starter at right tackle. He did not play last year. I mean, he got hurt the year before. He was a starting guard at that point, but he was also the team's number 3 tackle. He seems to fit the tackle position a lot better just based on his size and his footwork and everything else. So I think MPF really has him close right now, but I think if a decision had to be made and the game was going to be played tomorrow, I would give the nod to Brandon Bowen.
Yeah, I look at Bowen. I think it's his job to lose. You're talking about a guy who went down. I think he had a broken tibia, I want to say, broken leg, midway through the 2017 season. So he hasn't played in a live football game really in, what would that be, 21, 22 months, something like that. So he is really shaking off the rust this fall. And every time we've looked out there, he's been there and has been practicing. They have not been, as they say, put Thayer Munford on a pitch count, because of his back. Not that anything's wrong with Thayer Munford, but because they don't want to risk a setback with him. So they have eased him in there and had Josh Alabi as kind of a placeholder at left tackle. But to me, I think it's Bowen's job to lose. I fully expect him to start the season opener. And again, if there's something that goes wrong, then Petit-Friere can always be ready to go. Talking with Greg Studrawa last week, he talked about how he wanted to have 6, 7, 8 linemen ready to go, where maybe he would roll some other guys in there at various times. And he is, that kind of runs counter to what you always hear about offensive line play, that you need 5 strong guys who have built that chemistry and know what each other are thinking on every play and basically in lockstep with one another. If you start subbing out one guy on one series or whatever, you risk losing some of that cohesion. But at the same time, you also give a guy who deserves a chance to play a chance to play. And I think that's important as well. So it'd be a different way to handle the offensive line from what we're used to seeing if they do substitute just sporadically with some other guys and keep the other 3 or 4 out there. But again, I think they're going to have games, guys, like Coach Studrawa said last year, Oregon State. They're up 21-0 late first quarter, early second quarter. And Ryan Day, the acting head coach, came down and said, put the 2s in. And they put the entire 5-man second unit in with a 21-0 lead in the first half and probably scored. I've tried to block my memory of such meaningless games like that. But the point is that if there are opportunities, they're going to play other guys.